thought I'd pull those ones out of the hat, Marty. Do you like those ones? Do you remember those ones?
Absolutely, Justin. An old classic, never ages, which is surprisingly enough pretty much the same as these two. I come every time I see you two, you get better looking, which is I have to put up with him, you know, and you're sort of showing us up.
The stress isn't obviously
showing through.
It's the camera resolution. That's what it is. Serena has it on lower resolution, so she looks younger every year.
Oh no, I don't think so.
Easy, Justin.
Justin charming the punt of everybody as usual. Listen, I'm very lucky that we're getting a minute or two with you guys, because with everything you do, getting a minute or two to get a chat with you is a bit of a niche subject sort of thing. But I want to clear up one thing first. The important bit. How's all the family? Because they are. That's the important bit. How are they all?
They're great. Kids are a pain in the arse during the strikes, but they're good nonetheless. So that's important. Nah, it's been a good year. It's been an exciting year, and the kids love it as well. So
yeah. The reason I asked that is because in Alloa, it's a very family thing, you know. It's a lovely atmosphere to the whole thing, but you've decided to go and push it up because on the 14th of October it's the Edinburgh Whisky Festival, and this is you're pumping it up a notch. So tell us.
Where did this come from?
Where did this come from? How did you decide to take this on?
This was we had taken a trip up to Harris after Clamancher's Whisky Festival, and obviously on a high, buzzing, had done a bit of admin, and they were like, what are we going to do now? Obviously, and then joking about, maybe we should take it to Edinburgh, and then within about a week we were booking Murrayfield and a day.
Murrayfield.
Contacting the exhibitors and bits and pieces like that. So we don't like to rest.
I picked up on that. But I mean, the thing is, I was in Edinburgh during August, and there's about 1 million places you can host things because the fringe is there. But no, you just decided, let's go for Murrayfield.
It's an iconic venue. Yeah. So, to be honest, we had a good think because we've been to some, whisky events that are based in some great venues as well, and some, as you know.
Yeah,
traveled Edinburgh a lot as well, and there's some beautiful places there. But there was probably a couple of connections. I mean, obviously, my previous life worked with Scottish Rugby. We spent a lot of time there, knew the venue really well. But it's an iconic venue.
It is.
It's an amazing venue to whether you're watching rugby or whether you're at another event at, and it's good it's easy to get to.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
It's not in the centre of town, but all the tram links now.
Tram link, the whole lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we all things considered, we thought, let's take it to somewhere like Murrayfield, beautiful venue, lots of space, and
plus I'm Edinburgh. I'm from Edinburgh, so Mr. Club Manager got his festival. It was time for a bit of mine.
Hey, listen, I'm in Glasgow tonight. You find me in Glasgow, and Glasgow and Edinburgh, two very different places. But if I'm honest, I do prefer Edinburgh. I just do. I think it's just an amazing place. There's so much to see and do in it, and now there's something else there as well.
That wasn't what he said to me when we were in the pot still getting a dram for £2.50.
The pot still does, and the Bon Accord as well. Two fantastic.
The folk in Glasgow are amazing as well.
Amazing. Oh no, Glasgow's fantastic, but Edinburgh
it's just beautiful. Edinburgh. We always talk about the people make Glasgow, and I think that's true because Glaswegians would typically just
funny as anything.
Fantastic, great humour, and then you Edinburgh, where maybe a little bit stiffer, but at the same time, it's a beautiful city. Like there's this, I love Dublin, I love other cities, but Edinburgh's just stunning, isn't it?
It's every little corner you turn, there's something to
see. History.
I mean, London's an amazing city, and it's similar in central London, but in Edinburgh, it's just sort of more compact, and you're wandering around so many little streets.
It's like a storybook.
It is, yeah. I mean, I take groups there, and I always end up saying, "Come here to show you this. Come here to show you this," and they're like, "What? by the way, down there, there's a museum of musical instruments, because if somebody plays a musical instrument, take them down there. And they're standing like, how's this not packed? But but Murrayfield, the reason I want to talk, because you guys are doing this again, and I take my hat off to you for it, because you're still doing the 3 strands, which I think is really, really important. You're fantastic up in Alloa. You're doing the 3 strands, and this time you're doing it. There's the rugby connection because you're doing it. My name's Dory.
That's right.
That's right.
Dory Weir. So, how'd that come about? I mean, tell us a bit more about. Tell us a bit more about Dory Weir. Tell us a bit more about why it's doing it and how that came about.
Yeah, I'll kick off. I mean, a few reasons. I think we obviously, as you know, I've reached into the world of sort of male mental health with Clacks, and we also were always very passionate about working with and supporting motor neurons disease and trying to find a cure. And obviously, even before Dory Weir, I was big supporter of looking at that, looking at how we support that. And I had iconic rugby heroes that had sadly passed away with that. Yus van der Westhuizen, the South African player, was one of my favourite players, and he died with that. And when Doddy contracted the disease, it was just it was absolutely devastating. And it's a disease that actually frightens the bloody life out of me, to be quite honest with you.
He talks about it a lot. It's a
brutal condition, and I remember
it's cruel.
It's cruel, and I remember Dory, saying that, and the fact that he found it unacceptable that there was no cure for it, and there still isn't. And at the moment, it's going to take time. They're trying to slow this bloody thing down, but it's going to take time. So we need to support that again, provide that platform that I think our festivals do, but also raise some cash, and that's what we're aiming to do. It's a really worthy foundation. They go through a lot of money because they're testing medicines
constantly,
daily. So I've had an insight into that. So
they've actually just won just last night. Well, last night won the Just Giving Awards in London. So for Charity of the Year. So just chuffed to bits for them, because they're just constant. So delighted for them.
So we wanted to, so there was that connection, and obviously it's a great fit. It's a great fit in the sense it's Murrayfield. We wanted to work with that particular charity. It worked perfectly that we selected that venue. We know a lot of people within the charity. Kenny Logan's one of, effectively becoming a bit of an ambassador for our event, but he's an ambassador for My Name's Dory. So, and the other thing was, my claim to fame was I had a game against Dory Weir once when I played for Stirling County.
Did you?
I did. So,
how'd you go on?
Probably, I think I got flattened. I think my mum was worried that day. She went. I think she went up to him after she always talks about this. She went up to him after the game and said, "Matt, you were playing against my son today," just in jest. And he's like, "Keep me away from the mothers." But he just had that. He was that's who he was. He was the nicest bloke on the planet. And so I had that privilege of sharing actually a field with him as he was in his towards the end of his career. And I was just a wee young buck. So that's the kind of the backstory. A lot of connections, and we're just incredibly proud to be in the same frame, trying to support.
Yeah, I know, but don't sell yourself short, because there's not too many people take considerations like that. I mean, they just don't. And the fact that you've carried that on from what you do with Neil's Hug down in Clacks on over, I do think it's you'd be congratulated for it. You really are. Now I know that you're raising money by you have a festival bottling, and that's. And also, we'll get to the ticket price as well. There's a thing about that as well. But the festival bottling.
Yes. Very exciting.
It's super exciting. So we've been actually approached by 5 independent bottlers, Fib Whisky, Ian, a friend of ours, who had suggested it initially, and we thought, what a great opportunity to create something really unique in Dory's memory, and also as a way to create a bit of a buzz around the foundation primarily, and and connect the two up, the whiskey with the foundation. So
Ian's I take my hat off to Ian as well. He's been a massive supporter of our festivals first and foremost. He's a big rugby fan. He's out in France just now. But I have to say, they have really bent over backwards to make this happen for us. And you're saying that we're getting out there and trying to raise some cash. Well, Ian has chipped in his percentage in terms of the return for the bottling as well. So for every bottle that sells, £100 a bottle. I'll go into the detail of the distillery and things like that, where it's backstory. But £100 a bottle, £30 per bottle will go to charity. 100 bottles. So do the maths. Quite easy. Sell them out rapid. We'll make hopefully a quick £3,000 as a minimum through the bottling, and then hopefully we'll raise some funds throughout afterwards. But it's a Royal Brackla 14. Some colour to it, so it's.
Oh, I see that.
It's beautiful looking, and it's sherries, isn't it?
Yeah, Fino sherry, muscat wine as well. So it's had a good.
It's delicious.
It's absolutely stunning.
All I will say is I'll be there early. So, do you take pre-bookings once I get there? Not opening up to people booking it beforehand.
Put it out on social media, and the amount of interest that's came in has been unreal. But this is solely for ticket holders and for those who are supporting the event and who are going to be there supporting the foundation. So, given that we've only got 109 bottles. We're keeping them for our ticket holders.
Yeah, good.
And you guys, obviously.
You'll be there.
Oh, no, I'll be there early. Only thing is, I'll make sure Justin doesn't buy one, because if Justin buys one, somebody will drop the crate at them, because that's just what happens with him.
Tell me this and tell me no more. I mean, you've really pulled out the stops in terms of the big hitters this time, Serena and Graham.
Yeah. I mean, we were speaking about the fact that it's middle of April that we said, right, let's go for this.
Yeah.
And again, although we have a bit more of an idea of how to run a whiskey festival now, you still can't guarantee that you're going to get loads of exhibitors there, and
particularly given that a lot of them work from their budget the year prior to organise. So they organise what events they're going to attend the year previous to each event. So we took a bit of a risk, but it's paid off, which is great.
I think we've got the timing just right, because as you say, we've got a big list, got a bigger list than what we had in Clacks. We're over the 50 exhibitor. That doesn't include everybody that's sampling. So we're sitting at 40 exhibitors sampling. We've got our usual kind of mix of some non-sampling exhibitors as well. So. And we've got a fantastic range. So we had some that we've had in the Clackmannanshire Whisky Festival, but we've got some cracking new distilleries as well, like some Falkirk distillery, which is not far from here, in between here and Edinburgh. Brand new distillery just producing, so they're going to be there as well. And again, that's the ethos of the festival, is to get these new independent distilleries and independent bottlers along.
It's fantastic having Stirling come along and Falkirk as well, our neighbours in Clacks. Which is quite ironic coming to Edinburgh, so we're pretty chuffed about that. We've also heard back from Pernod Ricard, so we've got Jameson.
I know that. I'm going to come to that. I was going to come to this. I'll get to that in a wee second, because our old friends are there. Okay, so you've got Hunter's Lang, Douglas Lang, Cardrona, Woody, and all that guys are all there.
Yeah.
New ones, Stirling. Pipe Dreams? Who's Pipe Dreams? What's that about?
They're one of our non-sampling exhibitors. So it's a gentleman who's got whiskey-related sort of lamps, rustic lamps.
Pipings, old bottle, and copper piping, something pretty quirky.
All right, that's nice. Glenweavis, Glencadam, Berry Brothers and Rudd are coming up. That's
a name. That's a big name.
That is a real name.
Big name. We spoke to, actually, we had reached out to Berry Bros, and actually we had, I can't remember which festival we went along to, and we bumped into Chris McDermott, and she had said to me, I've been meaning to get back to you guys. So yeah, it's been really great. It's been good fun this time around.
Yeah.
We were down. I was down, and I was talking to Joe Whittaker, who's their spirits brand ambassadors, and I mean, these guys deal in £20,000 bottles of wine and stuff, but they're really, really down to earth, really nice guys. They're super guys. But you've got Cadenheads coming.
Yes, yeah.
That's the next one.
Yeah, delighted to have Kate Nevins along as well. Really, really positive. We've got the other ones. We've got actually, a few local ones to Edinburgh as well. So we've got Edinburgh Glenmore Spirits, who are coming along. They bring Whiskey Row and their rare malts as well. So again, it's great that we've got
Kingsbarn.
Kingsbarn. We've got West in terms of Glasgow Distillery. We've got further north. We've got Scotch Malt Whisky Society being represented with JG Thompson. So Eden Mill again, east as well. Duncan Taylor.
Duncan Taylor's
as well.
Well, the thing, I'm just thinking Kingsbarn. I try. Someone gave me their new make spirit, and it was just sweetie bananas. That's exactly what it was like. It was sweetie bananas, just massive amount of sweetie bananas. So the fact that they're coming to get to try a bit more of their thing and stuff is superb. Dark Sky Spirits. We've had them on the Moffat guys.
Moffat
Distillery,
so they will be attending as Moffat Distillery as opposed to Dark Sky, but
I sent them a message the other day, so they haven't got back to me yet. So they need to get back to me because they've an Eagle Festival bottling is out, and I want to know if there's any chance I could get a bottle because again, it's a charity. Something that I really appreciate the fact that they're eagles and the birds of prey in the sky. I mean, I love the fact that people are taking the time to, like you guys to think, okay, we'll raise a limited edition bottle. It's not about making money particularly, but we can raise money for charity, and I love it. I love it.
Do so. Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? I mean, it's a credit to people who never think about it. But you have a couple other ones, Bladnoch, McMira's coming. I mean, I've a list here wrote down because I can't remember off the top of my head.
Cabrona, New Zealand, as well. They came to Club Manager last year as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the list goes on and on. So I mean, that's what we're particularly delighted about is that, and I think exhibitor wise. There's a couple of big festivals out there in terms of the number of people that they get through the doors. They've had them for years, but in terms of exhibitor-wise, I think we're right up there now in terms of who we've got attending. We're absolutely delighted. A really good mix as well. Also from small independent distilleries, some well-known ones, and as I say, we love our independent bottlers as well.
We love our indie bottlers, yeah. Coming back.
But I mean, you guys at Clacks up Alloa, I mean, you always had this lovely mix of the smaller guys, some of the bigger guys, you had guys who were doing weird, quirky wee things, and it was just a nice
if it's half the crack of the town hall in Alloa, it'll be twice as good as most places because
half the crack of Clack.
Yeah,
that's sort of half the crack of crack.
It's all about the atmosphere.
Oh no, I mean, just honestly, we've been over the last 2 years, and honestly, it's just been great fun. Just great fun, lovely, and the fact that you guys had this, you have this lovely sort of family feel about the whole thing because it's the pair of yous, but your family all seems to join in and help out, and it's just lovely. I mean, I genuinely loved it. I go to a fair few of these things. I've kind of stopped a little bit because they're a bit samey, but I love coming to yours. I genuinely love coming to you.
We appreciate that. And to be honest, we as you know, we that's where we invest our time and money, to be honest, in doing that. The place will be dressed up again. We like to create that vibe. I have to say the charity, and Neil's Hugs, same way My Name's Dory, the charity had that vibe. And I think that
absolutely
that family.
Are you going to have the security guards again from the 39 steps?
We did ask, but unfortunately the venue have already contracted another security company, which I was devastated about because we have a joint security team who, by the way, will be back at Club Manager next year.
Proper. They were lovely. They've been just nice guys, well dressed, well turned out.
We'll have the place dressed up with a lot of Doddy tartan as well, and obviously our partners, Bevy, their stuff. So yeah, it's going to be pretty.
There are social events, but we genuinely do aim to be the most social whiskey festivals, because we want to create that vibe. So that's what's pleasing to us when you're saying, you know, that's the feel that you get from it, because hopefully
Yes.
we'll create that. And there's nothing better than that wee Hall in Alloa.
Oh, absolutely.
But we will need
You know,
to
but no, genuinely, I mean, whenever you've got people who turn around and you say, "Oh, this is well done," you know, blah blah. Oh, I'm the sister of. Hang on. All right, okay. And it's just the whole thing has a really nice feel to it. Now, Edinburgh obviously is a different kettle of fish. It's a bigger scale.
Yeah.
It's a much bigger scale. But the fact that you've sort of incorporated all the same elements, and just sort of made it bigger.
It made it, you know, for me personally, the event side of things, the challenge is actually maintaining that nice atmosphere and the feel, the vibe of Cupmanager, and kind of transporting that all the way to Edinburgh on a larger scale. And there's a risk of losing that.
Yeah.
However, we are doing all we possibly can to ensure that we don't. So we've got our Coopers coming as well to, you know what it was like. They really filled that hall and created a, you know, it's like cask raising while having a dram. You know what I mean? Like, we'll get better than that. So, we're hoping to pull it over.
You're doing the Cooperage demonstration back down again
to do it as well.
You're still getting the guy from back home where we are, the wee boy from Northern Ireland, to come over. And
I do not want to do it. My back was sore, my fingers were sore.
Justin had to do a bit of manual labour, so he was absolutely right. All right, so
disturbing. Slightly disturbing.
I'm having a wee scotch here, by the way. I'm having a wee scotch. I'm having a Johnny Walker Black Label from Princess Street in Glasgow, or Princess Street in Edinburgh. This is their sort of signature.
This is
with you.
Lovely.
So you're doing better than I am, to be quite honest with you, because that this is ultra.
What do you?
I did the tour the other day with a really nice Chinese guy who did the tasting in Johnny Walker.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh, they've spent some money. There are people who will pick fault with Diageo, with Johnny Walker, and do all that. But you can't doubt what they've done with the design. Oh my God, it's beautiful.
People will be able to make a real weekend of it because they can spend the Saturday with you and the Sunday exploring something else to do with whiskey in Edinburgh, really, can't they?
To JW Princess Street in 25 minutes on a nice day, you know what I mean? So have you guys been? Have you guys been to one of the tours, or?
Oh yeah, I've been a lot of them. You can go into the in Edinburgh, you go down to the Kaleidoscope Bar, Scotch malt whiskey. Oh, the guys in there, the knowledge they have. I know a bit about whiskey, but you go in there and these guys are like, oh no,
about whiskey.
Listen, my sister.
But I mean, it is just like,
my sister did the doors in the Scottish Parliament, so she's partly responsible for the expense of the place. And she was living at Leith, so I actually applied for a job at Castle FM in Leith actually at one point, but didn't get it. But I've also done the Royal Yacht at Leith, which is superb. If you're a weekend in Edinburgh, you have to do that. Have to.
There's so much to do in Edinburgh.
Even just walking about Edinburgh. I mean, genuinely, Goldie Bertie's Fish and Chip Shop in Victoria Street. The stuff in it's amazing. And you're on Diagon Alley from Harry Potter. Then you walk up round. You walk up round, go onto the bridge, walk over on your Royal Mile. There's about 1 million things you can see in the Royal Mile. I know a guy who does a full 8-hour tour. 8-hour tour. And it starts at the castle. You don't actually win the castle. It starts at the castle. And you walk down to Holyrood Palace, and it's a full day.
Does it involve Highlander, Marty? Because I don't want to hear about it if it involves Highlander.
Best film ever made, Justin. Best film ever made. Correct. It is the best film ever made. Hang on. I have the book here somewhere. I'm reading the book at the minute. It's the best film ever made.
I have a video that I was going to rip up in front of you, but then I thought, no, better not. It's probably worth money because it's a VHS cassette. You know, he loves Highlander. I can't stand it, guys. It's awful.
It's a bit disturbing at times. I think when watching
it is.
It's the best film ever made. Genuine. I'm not lying here, by the way. It is genuinely the best.
Not a factual representation of Scotland, but yeah, okay, that's fine.
I have watched that. I'm being serious. I've watched that film easy 150 times minimum.
Well, listen,
I can tell you every single word.
How do people book if they want to come to this? How do they book if they want to come to this? Because you've got to book in advance. Because I believe it's going pretty well already.
We are literally we're probably around 30 tickets to capacity for session 1. And there's some there's tickets left for session 2. However, tickets can be bought at bevy.com, or you can download the app, the Bevy app, purchase your tickets, view them, and have a look at what to expect on the day, floor plan, dram lists, etc. Ultimately, tickets, whichever way they're bought, are only available via the app. So when you come to the venue, you'll have to have the app downloaded. No bevy, no entry. It's like what I say to my friends when they come to my door.
Pretty much, aye. That sounds like a reasonable
And
thing.
of course, if you need to get it, all you need to do is point your camera at the screen now, and that will take you to the Facebook page for the festival, and then you can just click through and you can get the Bevy app, because it's actually there. We'll actually take that logo off screen because that'll probably stop the caption working there. So that's how you do it. It's as simple as that. That'll
just point and
click, and then click down to the Bevy app, or go on the App Store and get the Bevy app, or the Play Store, and it's Bevy app, BEVVY.com. Yeah, that's as simple as that.
BEVVY. Now, ticket price is £40, but there is an option on the thing, LinkedIn, to have an extra £5 donation straight away. So you can give a £5 donation to charity. All that goes to the charity.
To charity, yeah. So it's your choice. Well, I give people a choice. So £40 per ticket, and there's an option there just to add the £5 on, which we hope folk will do. Again, that gives the charity a nice chunk before we've even started. So download the app to get your ticket, but you can get all tickets on the website. So really easy to do. But we have to say,
it's not just a ticketing app.
our partner Bevy have just been fantastic partners, to be quite honest. So they're a key feature now of our festivals, just in the way that they're run. On the day, from your ticket to the floor plan to the exhibitor list, to enable you to purchase bottles on the day as well. So you'll be able to go through the app and actually purchase and have bottles delivered to your house thereafter. So we're working with Woodwinters as a retailer, and Bevy are working in the background to facilitate that as well. So we won't have a physical shop. That'll be the difference this time. So we're trying to just move with the times a little bit. It's better, but easier for the retailer as well, because it's a big ask for them to bring or to organise all these bottles. So we're just trying to move it forward, and the app has been absolutely integral in enabling us to kind of just move that festival format.
So let me get this just clear in my head. If I have Bevy, which you need to come into the festival, you go over. I walk over to Moffat Distillery. Chat to them. If I want to buy something off them, I can do it on the app and get it delivered
immediately.
You can. There will be one or two. It's interesting you picked Moffat Distillery. There will be some on the day where they'll be selling direct from the stand. So there'll be a handful that are determined that, and that'll be clear to all the attendees that come up. And staff will do that. But if you walk up to the majority of the stands, it will give you the option in terms of purchase through the app.
Yeah. But you can get it delivered. You don't. It means I don't have to jump on the train, take it back, take it to the hotel, put it in my suitcase, all that. It'll be delivered to you.
Correct.
That's it.
Correct. So we're just trying to make it nice and easy for everybody. And exactly that point, that's the thing that we were trying to get around. There's people that might want to buy multiple bottles, and the last thing they want to do if they're headed it somewhere else after a session is cart a load of product.
Yeah, exactly. A load of stuff.
The beauty of the app as well is if you're coming to a whiskey festival, you really should have Bevy downloaded anyway. If that's what you're interested in. And the beauty is you go away, you still have the app on your phone. You can scan the bottles that you've purchased via the app as well. You can find out everything. Your ultimate digital whiskey companion. It's just there, as they say, as Bevy say. It's just and it's the app Vivino.
Yep.
So it's your whiskey.
Whiskey version.
Yeah.
Now, a quick question. How are you finding the Blue Spot, guys? Is it nice?
Delicious.
I've not even put water in it yet, as suggested.
I don't.
But I can see what you're saying.
Oh, you're purist. Oh, well, don't add water.
All I will say is a half a teaspoon of water, it improves it a lot. But that's Irish there. Because I see there's lots of Irish people coming over. Well, there's not lots of Irish people. Irish people are coming over. Because James from Slieve Lake.
Yes. I'm glad.
The Silky's coming over.
I'm glad you pronounced it and you didn't ask us to do that.
We are black.
Slieve Lake is coming over. James, the nicest guy in the world, is coming over. And you mentioned it earlier, Jameson's going to make an appearance.
Yes. We finally got. Yeah.
Well done, Irish distillers, for having the balls to stand up and say we're Irish whiskey, but we're quite happy to go to Scotland. Finally,
should we say they're from Cannet Pans and they're part of Haig and Stein as well? No.
Don't go overboard on it, just in case.
Okay, I might scare them off.
You can do that. You can do that once we get them to Allowanny. Right, that's the ultimate goal. We've done the medium term goal. The ultimate goal is to get them to Alloa. If we do that, to be honest, we'll just finish up the festivals and that'll be it.
What I want to know is, how am I going to stop Marty trying to get into Greyfriars Bobby's grave, because he got into Jameson's grave in Alloa, and it isn't open to the public.
Anytime we just walked in.
Oh yeah, you just walked in. The gates and the high walls were open.
We'll do what everybody else does and just phone the council and they'll open the gates, no problem. It'll save you impaling yourself.
And the Dragonetals.
I know.
Aye. But no. Jameson are coming over, and I know this is a bit of an ambition, because Jameson, this is a bit of a bugbear for me, because it shows the confidence in Scottish whiskey. Scottish whiskey retailers or purveyors of spirit or distillers or whatever you want to do, I have no problem going to any convention, because we're Scotch, Irish distillers have had this for a bit of a period of time where they didn't want to confuse the message. Yeah. And now they're coming over to you guys. And I was looking down the list. And it was like, oh my God, there it is. They've got them to come over. You must be happy with that.
Absolutely delighted, aren't we? I mean, as you say, I mean, I think I was looking, I always have a wee sneak peek through other lists and other festivals, and you see them down in London and things like that, and it just, what that does is just motivates me to go, right, we're gonna have you. So to be honest,
we done a double high five when that email came in.
They were actually in straight away. To be honest, it was just getting the right contact, and they actually almost bit our hand off, which was really, really nice. Actually, I think, given we were almost quite late in the day. So no, delighted to have them. And we love Jameson from the history perspective, but I'm a massive Jameson whiskey fan. I'm a huge Jameson whiskey fan. So for me, it's it ticks so many boxes, and as you see, the biggest selling Irish whiskey in the world
by a long shot. But I mean, the thing is, you guys know, and I know, that the whiskey world's not that big. It's a big industry, but it's not that big. And to have people who turn around and go, we're doing this, we're doing that, and share that experience. No one's going to confuse Jameson with being a Scotch. You can tell the story of it, you can tell the history of it. Nobody's going to confuse Jameson with being a Scotch. Scotch whiskey. I work in the Friend at Hand in Belfast, and Jim that works in us is massive. Even though he's in Ireland, it's Scotch all the way for him. He thinks Ireland is only playing at it at the minute. Scotland's really where it is, and it's nice to see that the people are going, yeah, okay, we'll come over to Edinburgh and we'll stand our ground. And
absolutely.
We're delighted, and so that we effectively got two Irish whiskey exhibitors that are coming across, and we're absolutely delighted to be hosting them. And as I've said already, we're big Irish whiskey fans. I love our Irish whiskey, hence why having a wee go at it again. And
I nearly got chucked out the whiskey shop in the wee whiskey bar in Dublin when I had a few grams and kind of slavered to the side of the barman. you know, John's from Alloa. And he was like, oh, there's Irish whiskey on the bottle, so do one. I was like, he's still Scottish. I thought I was getting dragged out by Graham.
Okay.
Oh, I would love to have seen that. Serena, I'd love to have seen that. I would have loved to have seen you harassing and haranguing somebody from Dublin.
Disgusted.
Yeah.
Time and a place.
He's been fucking Alloa. He's been fucking Alloa.
Madness.
I'm from Edinburgh, not even from Alloa, but he's from Alloa.
Oh, I'd love it. Honestly, I was talking. It was funny. I was talking to the third spoken our wheel whenever we come over, Ryan today, and I said to him whenever he says, "Oh, I can't wait! I just can't wait to come over." He said,
Not your sisters.
Oh,
you know, I can't wait to come over. The whole thing is just on another level from Clacks. But I know what it's going to be like. I just know, because you're confident. I'm confident in everything that you're going to do. As I say, the names you've now got, biggest name in Irish whiskey by a mile. Jameson's just head and shoulders above everybody else. Sleeve League, James is now the chair of the Irish Whiskey Association, and he's coming over. Again, James is confident in Irish whiskey. He's confident enough to come over. You've got Berry Brothers and Rudd, who are an enormous name, well respected. You've got Caden Heads. Look what they do. I mean, just look what they do. And it goes on and all the way down. And then you've got the wee guys who making lamps and stuff. It's just a fantastic thing. Honestly, I take my hat off to you because I really, really like the feel of the whole thing, the people you have lined up, and everything about it. I genuinely look forward
your
to
ladies from Neil's Hugs are maybe attending too, so you'll probably be able to have a wee catch up with them.
Oh, listen, I will get a hug off the whole lot of them because I have done. They're just the nicest people. They are genuinely the nicest people.
We'll do the same for them next year, I think, in terms of fundraising and raising awareness through you know, the ticketing and perhaps a bottling as well. So we'll see what happens. But
for anyone who hasn't watched anything about it before, Neil's Hug is a suicide awareness charity, and I think that's really important to say this. Anybody who's watching this show who feels suicidal or whatever, contact any one of us on any platform. And you want to chat about anything, and God Almighty, just talk.
And of course, we're going to be live there ourselves, live streaming the whole thing, Marty, as well.
We are. That's your department, Justin. I'll do the talking. You just make sure the live streaming works.
All right.
Yeah, we're going to be there live streaming. We're going to get chatting to everybody. We're going to get talking to Serena and Graham, probably members of your family. Yeah. Everybody, we just grab on the way past and get them in.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to do. So we're not going to have any. We don't have any sort of formal master classes. We're just trying to just keep it as modern as possible. So we're going to have you guys there pulling people in for chats, you know, as they're going round for drinks.
Sorry to interrupt you. There's some really excited exhibitors who are the Clacks. They're really excited about you guys coming because I actually put a post out and had a couple of people contact me like, yes.
Yes, I have to try and maintain sobriety.
Is there food there? Is there food there?
Yeah, food. There'll be food provided. Murrayfield hospitality will be on hand, so there'll be food available throughout the day, snacks, etc. So all good. So you walk in, just to give you the overview again, you get your glass. We've got our lanyards. Everybody loves the old lanyard.
We do. That's a great thing, even because whenever you're, let's say, 4 sheets to the one later on, it makes a great thing to make sure you don't spill anything.
Exactly. So similar to that, and as I was saying about masterclasses, we will have a range of different little side tasting. So we've got our partners Bevy will be doing a Bevy Bothy, so they were just taking people away for a blether and maybe a wee exclusive dram on the side. And we have some other guests coming as well that are just going to have wee sort of drop-ins and opportunities to chat and pour maybe some more unique drams as we go as well. So we're just trying to keep that informal, you know, blether about whiskey, about the business. We've got some big hitters coming as well in terms of some real industry professionals, whether that's through Diageo as well. So there's going to be some very familiar faces and certainly very familiar names to some of the big brands as well. So again, we're just trying to light that social flame, if you like, for whiskey and get everybody that loves it.
Influencers, podcasters, blenders, young and old, female, male. We just really wanted to bring. That's it.
Correct.
I mean, I was blown away from the start with what you guys were doing, because you just had a whole family feel about the whole thing. And as I say, the whiskey world's not that big, so you have this sort of small community feel, but you have charity, you have all the industrial heritage stuff, you have the different independent bottlers, the big names, all that kind of stuff, and it just works. It just really, really works. And I take that off to you, and I'm really, really happy that you're doing on a bigger scale and translating what you had in Alloa all the way up to Edinburgh. You know, it just because I think it'll work 100%, and it'll be something I really, really enjoy coming to.
That's lovely. We enjoy having you.
Listen, guys, if you're watching tonight, this is live, but it's not live. You can ask questions and they will be answered by Graham and Serena and Marty and me at some point in the game, if not tonight, because this is recorded live, but it is live. So we are monitoring it, so we can interact with you, even though we aren't here at the minute. Don't try and work it out, whatever you do, because it'll just confuse you.
Well, Justin confuses me on a level above and beyond anything else. Utterly. But will not be confused is on the 14th of October, there's 2 sessions at Murrayfield with piles of whiskey, and it's £40 per ticket, 45 if you want to donate, 45 to charity.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Good salesman.
And we will be online. We will be online when this is streamed anyway. So any questions that come in, we'll be on hand to answer.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff.
Listen, Sláinte.
See you soon, guys. See you soon. This is where to watch the live stream. If you aren't on YouTube, you can watch it.